Hello everyone, welcome to Melancholy Mentor, where classic literature meets the vibrant world of radio plays. I'm Fran, and I'm joined by Evan from Mystery Mythos. Together, we're your guides on this creative journey. During each episode, we'll dive into stories featured on the Melancholy Mentor channel, allowing fresh ideas to flourish, inspiring you to dream big and unlock your creative potential. Get comfy, open your mind, and embrace curiosity. Let's get started. Hello, I'm Fran.
And I'm Evan.
And each week, this podcast is highlighting an episode that we've got on the Melancholy Mentor YouTube channel, and it's for radio plays. We've got another channel for radio plays, which is Mystery Mythos.
Yeah.
It's where Evan comes into it.
Mystery Mythos.
And that's predominantly science fiction, although we have a little bit of a crossover between the channels in the radio dramas. They're set up completely differently though. So on the Melancholy Mentor channel, it's usually me going out and I film the coastline, the seaside, the woodland, get permission to film in people's gardens.
Yeah.
And so there's a video to accompany the audio of the radio drama. And on the other channel that we've got, Mystery Mythos, for the radio dramas, it's AI generated videos.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of a difference there. There will be more coming in the way of YouTube channels. So that will either have launched or not by the time you listen to this podcast. So do look at what else we get up to. Nearly got tangled up in my words there, Evan. So this week, yeah, it's a common occurrence. This week, we're highlighting Chocky.
Yes, Chocky.
So Chocky is by John Wyndham, and it's a science fiction novel. So John Wyndham was born in 1903 and he died in 1969. We've highlighted John Wyndham in previous podcasts and gone a little bit deeper into some information about him. But John Wyndham also wrote Day of the Triffids, which is my favourite.
Yeah, amazing.
The Midwich Cuckoos, and of course the Kraken Wakes.
Yeah.
Now the Kraken Wakes we have on the Melancholy Mentor channel as well, and it's our most listened to and most viewed episode.
Yeah.
And it's caused quite a certain amount of controversy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a split in opinion, isn't there? So on that one.
Yeah, the comments kind of really varied. Everybody's been kind. However, they had certain issues with the radio drama itself, and it remains our most viewed and most listened to episode, and it's highlighted on the channel. So you'll be able to find that if you go and have a look. The Chocky was first published in shorter form in 1963, and it was later developed into a novel. So exactly what that means is maybe it was like a short story or one of those little novella things, and then made into like an actual novel after that. I feel like a lot of short stories they either go into a collection of short stories or the short story itself featured maybe in a magazine or a news article, then was elaborated into a book afterwards. So this particular story, Chocky, revolves around a 12-year-old boy called Matthew and his imaginary friend. And the spoiler alert of this episode is the friend imaginary or not? Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
So his imaginary friend causes Matthew to ask challenging questions, and he speaks about complex mathematics. So any maths, in my opinion, is complex.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure exactly what that means. I figure like it's like a higher level of mathematics that he wouldn't have known at his age.
Yeah.
In 1984, a children's 6-part TV series based on the novel was broadcast on the ITV channel in the UK. Wyndham's writing often explored the threat of war.
Yeah.
So Cold War anxiety was prevalent in the UK during the 1950s. Not just the UK, but, speaking specifically about the UK around the 1950s, and it sort of leaked into the 60s as well. The Cold War is described as a state of political hostility between countries, and at this time, it's kind of United States and Soviet Union.
Yeah.
The UK fears invasion, as I'm sure most countries do, but it fears invasion probably due to actually being a collection of islands.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're on the largest island, so the British Isles is the collection of islands. So we're on the mainland island. So we're based in England, which is on the south coast. And then you can go all the way up to Scotland.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's lots of other islands around the actual main island. So obviously the threat is quite
Yeah.
big because they can come from, from the seas, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
angles as to which. So a lot of the coastline is actually, especially during the, I presume the Second World War, but it was heavily fortified with those little pillboxes, those little
Yeah, the
gun
pillboxes.
places, and yeah,
Mm,
some of which have actually, due to coastal erosion, have actually fallen onto the beach now.
yeah.
There's an
Yeah.
island called Mersey Island, um, and it's kind of joined to the UK anyway because it's got a causeway. So it's kind of a little island, and a causeway was built out to it. And off the coast of Mersey Island, there's actually those forts, like little fortified areas that have crumbled and off the coastline, and they're on the beach. So you can find like lots of rubble and things like
Yeah.
that when you're on the
Yeah.
beach of Mersey. Um, so the actual radio drama that we've got on the channel, you've got some more information about that, haven't you, Evan?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. So this was adapted for the radio by John Constable, actually for BBC Radio 4. And it was just broadcast as a single 90-minute episode. So that was it. It was first broadcast on the 18th of March, 1998. The music was by Paul Gargill. Paul
There's a
Gargill.
name.
Oh, yeah.
Paul Gargill.
Yeah. Getting
Did you
my
want to
tongue
say, did
twisted.
you want to say gargoyle?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Gargill.
Then it was repeated on BBC Radio 7, BBC Radio 4 Extra several times since November 2007. So it's obviously been popular, and then they just keep showing it. The video to go with it that we filmed was actually filmed in Sandbanks in Poole.
Okay, so Sandbanks is also called Millionaires Row. I've got quite a few videos along Sandbanks because I'm quite near to Sandbanks, and it's in Poole in Dorset. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful stretch of coastline
yeah,
that
lovely.
stretches all the way along. So from Sandbanks, you can actually look across and see Bournemouth. So you can see the pier at Bournemouth, and it stretches right the way along, goes past sort of Southbourne, Kingsbury Head,
Yeah,
and around and continues on. But you can actually walk a lot of that coastline as well.
yeah, it's
But
lovely.
yeah, really nice.
Hmm.
Um, so that's it for this week. So if there's any fact checking to be done, any information that you'd like to tell us about, whether you've heard of this story, or
Yeah,
if you want to supply us with any more information, you're more than welcome to email us, not spam us, but email us at info@melancholymentor.com. So
yes,
that's for just finding out more about what we do and giving us some information, because maybe you know more about this stuff than we do, because we're literally just looking this up and bringing these highlights to you, to explore your creativity, and inspire you.
yeah.
We do not welcome spam. Thank you very much.
No,
No,
we do.
we don't welcome spam. So for a little bit of context, I'm a neurolinguistic programming coach, and I like to focus on creativity and planning, action planning,
Yeah,
stuff like that within my coaching. I'm also a business strategist, and Evan does the tech.
I do the tech side.
I am a tech repellent.
You are.
I'm a natural tech repellent. Not a tech phobe, I'm a tech repellent. So anyway, thank you for listening.
Thank
And
you.
bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in. Contact us at melancholymentor.com. Until next time, keep your minds open and stay curious.